What were the Black Codes during Congressional Reconstruction? Imagine waking up after a war that changed everything, only to find laws that try to keep you in a position similar to slavery. That's what Black Americans faced during the early days of Reconstruction. The Black Codes were laws passed by Southern states in 1965 and 1966, right after the Civil War. Their main goal was to limit the freedom of newly freed Black people and keep control over their lives. These laws were a way for white Southerners to hold onto power even after slavery was abolished through the 13th Amendment. The Black Codes gave Black Americans some rights, like the right to marry and sign contracts. But those rights came with many restrictions. For example, Black people had to prove they had a job at the start of each year. If they couldn't, they could be arrested or forced to work without pay. Many codes limited Black workers to jobs like farming or domestic work unless they paid extra taxes. Interracial marriage was often banned, and Black people were not allowed to serve on juries or testify against white people in court. This meant they had no legal protection and no say in the justice system. These laws were very similar to the slave codes that existed before the Civil War. They aimed to control Black labor and stop Black people from gaining independence. During President Andrew Johnson's time in office, many former Confederates regained political power, which helped pass these laws. The Black Codes caused outrage in the North and led to the rise of radical Republicans in Congress. They pushed for stronger federal laws to protect Black rights, like the Civil Rights Act of 1966 and the 14th and 15th Amendments. Looking at this part of history shows how hard Black Americans fought to be free and equal. Even after slavery ended, these laws tried to keep Black people from full citizenship and economic freedom. People resisted these laws, and Congress stepped in to try to protect Black rights. But the Black Codes also set the stage for the Jim Crow laws that came later, which kept racial segregation and inequality going for many more decades. In short, the Black Codes were laws made to limit the freedom of Black Americans after slavery was abolished. They aimed to keep racial discrimination alive by controlling where Black people could work, live, and participate in society. These laws show how difficult the fight for justice was during Reconstruction, and they reminded us of the ongoing struggle for true equality.